Tony again, and we are again here on Insta Live with the same topic related to your job. And if there have any issues related to your job, we are going to discuss so that you can have some useful insight about the same. And to talk about it, we will again invite our guest, Jyoti, and are more you want to know more about. So we'll just wait for them to join us, and we'll just take this ahead. Hey, Alok.
Hi, Saloni.
How are you?
How are you?
Okay. So we'll wait for 1 minute for Jyoti to join, and then we can start it.
Yeah,
So
Jyoti is.
how it had been?
Your voice is a little low, Saloni.
I'm asking how it had been.
Yeah, good. Uh, so we are waiting
So
for Jyoti to join in.
Alok, as we discussed in our last conversation about job satisfaction,
Yeah.
we will continue this further, and we'll just talk about the few more topics which people are usually very much stressed about. And where your hey, Jyoti have joined us too. Hey, Jyoti, are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, you're clear.
Right.
Okay, great. Yeah. So Jyoti, as and Alok, as we were talking about that, we will talk about more topics on anything related to the job scenario, the corporate scenario where people are more stressed out these days nowadays. The where they are not able to understand if they're satisfied with their job, and what are the dynamics of their other areas of your life when it comes to job. If your job is affecting all the other areas. I meet a lot of people who say that because of my job I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to give time, my health is taking a toll on because it's for long working hours. So just wanted to know, there are people, and one more concern was, what am I doing? One of the main factor of job satisfaction is how am I impacting, how am I impacting, how am I creating an impact in others' life or in my organization, or in any environment around me with my job. So most people are not satisfied. Most people do not get their answers at what they are doing. Like why they don't even know what they are doing and why they are doing that. So what do you have to say about it? Let's go with Jyoti.
Yeah, hi Saloni, hi Alok. So I would like to say, Saloni, whenever, if I feel that I am not getting enough time, considering the fact that everyone in the universe has been given equal hours, like 24 hours a day. So if someone is going over and above and performing beyond the schedule, and someone is not able to, and you have this particular notion that you are not able to do this and that and XYZ, follow your passions. So that is the time when you need to tap into your daily chores, what exactly you're doing, what is taking your time. And once you are mindful of that particular thought, where your time is getting consumed, that's when you'll be able to figure out. That's my view.
Right.
Okay, and yeah, Alok,
Right.
what do you have to
And
say
I would
about
like
it?
to add, yeah, mostly when you are working, when you're doing 9 to 5, going to your office, people they go in the autopilot mode. They know what they have to do, the daily chores, and then they don't know how to come out of it. I mean, they just do things the way they want to, you know, do it. Uh,
So
I
what they
think.
can do to understand if they're actually creating an impact or not, Like for me, if I am doing something and I'm not happy about it, sometimes I do not even realize why am I not happy. There are times when you say, I'm doing this, it's giving me money, it's paying my bills and everything is fine, but I'm still not happy.
I think
So what is that one thing missing? Why do they think that they are not creating that impact?
I think we need to break the pattern. So at times we are so complacent in our jobs that we get into a pattern. 9 to 5, 9 to 5, or maybe for me it's 6:30, 3:30. So you need to get out of that pattern, take a break and be mindful of what exactly I'm doing. Is it impacting anyone else around you? Maybe your family, maybe your colleagues, maybe your management, or anyone that sort. Once you just understand what is the pattern that you're following, you will be able to figure out what exactly is the point. So you need to break the pattern at times.
But
Breaking pattern is
sometimes we
very
do not even realize the patterns. Alok, what do you have to say about it? Like, there are times when you are in the loop, you're not able to realize what needs to change. Like, we realize that we are in a pattern, but we do not know exactly what needs to change. How we are, what we are thinking, how we are thinking. So how to break that, how to get that awareness that what is really driving me.
See, first we need to realize that, if we are not, when we have to go to work, it's like, today I have to go to work. When this question starts creeping in, when you start asking this question again the same thing, again the same work, again the same, environment, then that is a time where you have to ask yourself questions. Are you enjoying what you're doing? Are you really making an impact in your life and other people's lives? Why are you so dissatisfied? If you're dissatisfied, then again, that we discussed last time, you need to take out time for yourself every day. Like Jyoti said, we need to break the pattern. We need to, start thinking, start following mindfulness, start, realizing where we are going wrong, why we are not happy in our life. So then that is a time when we have to, take out time for ourselves, where we start doing things that will give us happiness. Work is not giving happiness, right?
Saloni,
You're working.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Saloni, I would like to say, when we are so occupied in our daily task, maybe from years we have been doing the same thing again and again. So it is very important, now we have realized that we have come to a stage, 20 minutes of your time out of 24 hours is not that a big deal. You can
Yes.
spend that enjoying what you love doing, maybe meditation, maybe anything, yoga or anything that, you like,
Can
you
it
love
could be
about.
done during your office hours? Because these are something which usually is done after your office hours. But the majority of your day goes into that 9 or 10 hours of office. And for many people, it is extended to 13, 14 hours because they do not have any time limit. As I've heard about mostly the IT, people come and say, yeah, I'm working since 14 hours. I'm exhausted. They call me at 3 in the morning. They're calling me at 5 in the morning. I'm working late at night. So first of all, though, I'm able to see that they are burning themselves out, right? So there are times that when you're not getting time out of your office hours. So is there anything which we can do to enhance while on our working shifts? Because that is very important. Like not every time we will get time out of our office hours. So is there anything, what can we do or what we can realize that what we can do in our office hours so that our office hours are productive by not burning ourselves out? What you can suggest in that case?
I would say, if you have been asked to do a task or a deadline, don't ever, over produce yourself, right? Whatever is decided and whatever is, you have to
So
deliver that part. So
basically, not follow the hustle culture, you want to say, right?
there are people who will go over and above their
Yes.
capabilities, take this help, and they will attempt to help others also. Okay, you are not able to do, give it to me. I'll do, and that makes their 12 hours to 14 hours. Okay, if you are so skilled in your job, if you know your job pretty well, it cannot be that you have, you have to work for more than 9 hours. If you have to, there's a famous saying, Saloni, that goes like, if you have to work more than 9 hours of your job, that means you are not skilled enough. So work on your skills so that you don't have to work for 14 or 15 hours of your day.
And I guess one of the major thing which we can do is learn to say no. What do
Yes.
you say, Alok, about the game?
Yeah, learn to say no, but then why Jyoti was saying, people they go above their duties and they do it because they, at the back of their mind, they have this fear that every year they have to sit for the annual appraisal where the bosses, team leaders will ask them, what have you done above your work? What have you done
Yes,
beside what
that's
you're
the
supposed to
question
do?
most of them get. That what have you
Right?
done beyond and
Yeah.
above your what a job role is?
So why should we give you this rating and why should we give you this kind of increment? Because what else you're doing besides what you're supposed to do, right? That is the biggest fear people have, and that's why they go above what they're supposed to do. But then that also you get breaks during your working hours, half an hour break or 15 minutes or 20 minutes break. Use that break productively. Maybe listen to music that gives you happiness. Maybe talk to someone who gives you happiness. Do small things. Start doing it so that next hour that you're going to work after your break, that becomes more productive. That you enjoy. You come with a new zeal, new energy, and you start working. So that is something that people can inculcate and they can start working on. So what my take.
That's nice. Actually, in that case, I was reminded of something that they can, kind of express their baselines in what our coaching terms is said, that they should do something which is in line with their core fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
Even if doing a single thing which gives them happiness, for one of the, the core fundamental a person is made of. For me, it could be happiness. Whatever makes me happy. If I do it in between my work, and if it's in line with that, I'll start enjoying my work in that way. And the second, I would rather say, the coding which goes on, that I do not love my job. I do not love my job. I do not love my job. And it get manifested in a way that your job is going to push you towards not loving it all the more. If I'm not wrong, like, what do you have to say about the same?
I think, Saloni, what I believe is it's never too late to set a new goal. It's never too late to set a new dream. Okay, so even if your job is gonna be monotonous for some people, I'm not saying for everyone, but definitely for some people, if it's gonna be monotonous, at least have some interest or passion, so that will keep you involved. And once that will keep you involved, automatically you will tend to love your job, or maybe you will move to a new thing altogether. So there are people who found their passion at a very later stage in their life, and they have become successful. So 12 years, 15 years is not a time that we should be cribbing it about, but I think take a mindful decision right now.
Whereas there are so many people who have started late and had been successful. That's, I guess, one of the major encodes I cannot do because the time has gone.
Correct.
So I guess that we have to really break the shackles off. So you can do whenever you want to do. And I have got a very good feedback from someone. It's like using your commute time to learn things you love, or do like reading, listening to podcasts is also an option. And I guess that's an amazing one as well. We usually spend a lot of time in commuting, especially in metros. We all know that it takes around an hour or 2 hours just to reach to our office. So we can just completely utilize that time, right? If you are not the one who is riding, please do not try that stunt if you are the one who is riding. Well, yeah. So that is also one of the good suggestions we have. What else what we can do? Because I would rather say what we can do is, because people also say that it is taking a toll on their health. People are suffering through stress, anxiety, depression, back pain. The physical symptoms are also there. They are feeling palpitations and they're feeling exhausted. They're feeling tired, sleeplessness. A lot of things are happening due to this corporate hustle bustle and the competition which is going around. How to be relaxed, in this rat race. Now, how to encourage people to, or how to let them aware that, you do not have to be in the rat race. You have to just love doing what you really need to do, and things will fall into place. So, Alok, let's, what is your,
What I
take on that?
feel, if you're feeling too stressed, or if you're feeling burnout, first thing you should do is stop, think, and talk to someone about what you're going through. Most people, they don't talk. They just go through it, and when people ask how is work going, they say,
Very good point, Alok. I would actually agree on that. Majority do not talk. I have phases like majority do not talk. They would be like, just go do something, just chill out with your friend, and everything will be fine, think positive. But it doesn't work that way. I have been through that journey myself, and it doesn't work that way. So it's very important that we stand up, we speak up. Yes.
yeah, talk to someone whom you trust, maybe family member, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Talk to them. Talk to someone whom you trust, and just talk it out. Even if a person who can listen to you, just talk it out. Whatever is going through in your mind, what is stressing you out, what is the reason for your burnout, what is troubling you. Maybe you'll get suggestions. Talk to 2, 3 people whom you trust. You'll get good suggestions, good things that you can follow, and you can change your habit, change your pattern, and get out of that anxiety and stress that happens with most of us when we are working in a corporate world. Too much of pressure, too much of KPIs to maintain, and things like that.
So I would like to say something, Saloni. Whenever I used to get into that zone when I am feeling exhausted, and at times it so happens that it is a requirement. There are deadlines, there are a lot of tasks that needs to be done. So there are deadlines wherein you are bound to spend that 12 hours or 13 hours. Okay, so that's a different story altogether. But what I used to do is I just used to take a break, 15 minutes, 10 minutes break. and I used to forget everything, and I'll not talk to anyone on that particular topic. Rather, I'll crack some funny joke, or I'll ask them about something or the other. Okay, on this particular topic,
Yeah.
what do you think?
So humor plays a very important part, you want to say, right?
For me,
Humor
it
plays
has, yes, for me, it has played a very important part, because you at times, it so happens that in that particular conversation there will be a point, and that will strike you, oh my god, this person is handling the life in this particular way, so why am I thinking it? Okay, so that also, at times, it is not important to talk about that particular thing that is bothering you or that has been bothering you. It is important just to talk. Reach out to anyone in the world. Maybe if you don't know the person, hi, how are you doing? How's your life going? So that will also give you a buzz.
That is again a very good suggestion. You know what I used to do to keep myself very chill in my work environment is I used to follow something which I love. Like I love wearing new clothes. Like I'm a person who loves to wear new clothes. So my office luckily didn't have any dress code as such. So I used to be very, go office very fresh. And then that was a night shift. And I used to go very, fresh, wearing new clothes and, completely groomed and everything. And people would be like, you have come to a night shift wearing, being so fresh. How are you being so fresh? Because I'm doing something which I really love. Going to office, I'm not able to wear it anywhere else. So why not just, see that as a party zone for me?
Exactly.
Why not just go into an office thinking that it's a chill party zone? Do I really need to stress? So I made a mindset that I'm going to my office just as I will go to a party. Okay. And I will just chill there.
That reminded me of something. Even I was doing night shift. 15 years of my life, I was in night shift. All right. So whenever I used to go office, I used to say, hi, good morning. So people used to tell me it's not morning, it's evening. So I used to say that for the first time of the day, it's always morning. So this is my
Always
shift.
morning. Correct.
30 is my shift. So that
people used to come and say, and like you look so fresh, and that used to actually kind of motivate them as well. I have seen like many people would come fresh and they would say, it feels fresh when you work in a fresh way. When you love doing something and you collaborate that in your work, in that way, the productivity increases.
Yeah, and positivity is contagious. So if you are in positive state of mind, people around you are bound.
What about, what are your suggestions on that, Alok?
See, my thing is I can see resonate with people who are stressed, and especially if they're doing night shifts or shifts that are not, biologically aligned with us.
Exactly,
I
that is
can
can
relate.
be taking a
Yeah.
toll,
So
different
people like
shifts
you who
rotating all
used
the
to
way.
go to work all pepped up and all hepped up and full of energy. But yeah, I used to see a lot of people like that. But then I was like, my God, how can you be so happy doing the same thing again? So I can resonate with people who are stressed in their work, because with me at one point I went to the office and I didn't enter the office. I came back. I was so stressed. I was like, I don't want to do this work anymore. I'm done. Finished. It took me 3 days. I put down my papers. I said, I'm not doing it. Enough of this. Whatever I'm doing, I'm really not for it. But a lot of people cannot do it because at the back of the mind, they have the EMIs, they have a lot of bills to take care of. I also had the same thing, but I took that step that I cannot do it anymore. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not doing it. It's stressing me out. It's taking a toll on my health. And I was very young at that time, and I was like, fine. So I quit, and then I started doing something that was less stressful. Yeah, job satisfaction was eventually not there till the time I didn't become a teacher and a coach right now that I have, that I enjoy. I wake up in the morning, I enjoy. But okay, I'm going to make an impact in someone's life. I'm going to change someone's life. I'm going to help someone. So that is where I am now satisfied. But I cannot resonate with you two because you are all always hepped up and full of energy. Because I was one of those grumpy people in the office, and I was like, my God, how can we be so full
It's
of
very
energy?
important to be also in the kind of people you are surrounded with. If
Yeah.
you're always surrounded with people who will always say, this is not working, the job is so cribby, they're not paying, the management is like this and that, it kind of influences your brain. And if you're really with someone, even if I've seen people who would be like coming and smashing and like everything is so perfect, and being around them just make you feel so lively that even working for that 12 hours doesn't make you fatigued. So that's very important, to have that kind of a mindset also. And for me, I would rather say people should learn to say no as well. That's
I
very,
can,
very, very important.
correct. I can resonate with Alok, what Alok said, because there are people in the industry out there who have been there and, every day doing the same monotonous job. Although they are very much sad inside their mind, but only because of EMI, they're not ready to take a step forward. So,
Correct.
I would like to give them a suggestion that if you are bound to do that thing, if you do not have that particular iota of trust in yourself, then at least be happy. Wherever you are, be happy or take a step. Take a step today. You don't know where it will take you. So I have always been in that mindset that if you are doing a certain thing, give your 100% or rather don't do it. That's what
On
Alok
that
just said.
note, I would rather say the best one is to have gratitude. If you really have a gratitude for your job, I think you'll start loving it, because the moment, someone told me when I was also grumping with my job, someone told me just take a pen and paper and keep writing what is that this job is giving you, like what is doing that for you positively. And I've written a lot of things that is paying me for my this and that, for my lifestyle, for this and that. And then I realized how grateful I am to this particular job for just being there at times, So, and that changed my perspective. Though I would not say that it was something which was making me happy by the end of it, but the thing is, I was not cribbing, and that helped me to thrive on that job till the time I found something which is satisfying my, my passion or whatever like, your mindset, whatever you can say about it. So it's very important to list. I mean, that is a suggestion from my end. Whoever is very much, unsatisfied and very much unhappy with their job, just take a list and write down what is this job giving them, and just have a gratitude for whatever things they have rather than what it is not giving them. And it's going to change the perspective. It is going to make a huge shift. And
That
it's
means
not that you should not jump into some another job which gives you that satisfaction and which you love doing, but you should not do it out of desperation, but you should be doing just out of, the sheer love for your passion, and rather not just because you're craving of something which you're not getting from your previous job.
so do
And
justice
making a
to
list of gratitude, what you're grateful for, sorry. Make
yes.
grateful for every day. That will also help in your daily life. Every day wake up or before sleeping, just make a list of what you're grateful for today. What happened,
Correct.
like waking up in the morning, something that we forget. We take it for granted. Waking up in the morning.
Correct. Right.
Having a roof over your head, having food, everything. Simplest of things. Be grateful every day. Make a list of what good happened to you, what and then that will also at the end of the day will give you satisfaction, happiness. That okay, you have what most don't have, right? So
Well,
that
I have
also
a small story to say about this. There was this particular person I know of, and the person, the boss would have been very, very, every time the person goes to the office, the manager would always start shouting, and they were always frustrated. But the person will always keep smiling. Every time he goes, even if he is frustrated, he'll keep smiling. Even if he's not smiling, he would not say that, my boss is like this, my boss is like that. He's like, okay, fine, no issues. I'll do it. I'll do it. And after a few months, it happened. The boss or the manager came to that person and he said that I really wanted to talk to you. And he made him sit down and they had a conversation wherein he got to understand that the manager was also going through a lot on his personal and professional front. And that is why, this frustration was coming out and everything. So it's very important that sometimes we also keep our cool and try to understand the situation from the other side of the spectrum. We sometimes forget that, everyone is a human. Just like us, we are frustrated, our management is also might be frustrated, either through their personal issues or their professional issues, and they have much more pressure because they are answerable for all our calls, right? So that is what I'm saying. Like sometimes we also can take our calm and just try to understand and try to have a communication, and that's very important. You really feel in that case, it's very important to have a communication even in your corporate life, just like we talk about in relationships.
Yes. So there's a famous saying, yes, Saloni, on this, fake it until you make it. So
Correct.
even if you're not enjoying, try to give your 100%, try to be happy, and eventually you'll be happy. Eventually you'll start enjoying your life. So
Yes.
my suggestion is please do justice to whatever you're doing. Whatever you are stuck, even though you are stuck, don't feel like you are stuck, or
Correct.
else
Right.
you
I
fail.
would say that.
Yes.
You have to keep feeding your mind. Your mind will feed on your thoughts. It will not feed on your anything else. It will not feed you. You have to feed it. So that's
Right.
important, that the kind of thoughts which you have, which you say to yourself daily, that creates a lot of impact on how you feel about the whole thing.
Right.
Okay, on this note, it was a lovely conversation with the two of you, and we are going to, continue with the session later on. In the meanwhile, if anyone has any suggestions or any questions or any queries which they want to share with us, please type it, and we'll definitely take that forward. So if anyone has anything to ask, please let us know. So we got some very good suggestions in the chat box as well. So I would want anyone, if they have any suggestions regarding this, or they have any experience, or they want to share any insight with us, so that would be really helpful for the others as well, who might be going or sailing in the same boat.
And we are coming live on 2 days, Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 sharp.
Yes,
Every
that might change, but for time being, it will be the same. Okay, I think right now we do not have anyone, any queries, but if anyone has any query, please connect with us personally. Also, you can connect with us, and we can definitely help you with that.
Yeah, thank you, Vibs, for you for
Thanks a lot.
your wonderful remarks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.